Can't help people who don't want to help themselves. They have neither belief in God nor belief in each other, or are so easily manipulated. Essentially, they think they're actually fighting to preserve something kind of privilege amongst themselves, which is ridiculous. It's a privilege of being a fucking prisoner. Essentially, it isn't technically in a prison, even though this is pretty much a moving one. Fucking idiots. How many of you have to fucking go from being fucking 20 and supple and fucking having your entire lives ahead of you to being old fucking men and women that don't fucking do or go anywhere, essentially getting stuck over and over again? I mean, I have to wonder at the difference between how we were raised. Like, my sister was apparently raised, or one of my sisters was raised to be freaking delusional like you fucking people, you know? I was raised in the standard method. I'm supposed to want the ordinary freaking things in life. You know, happiness, a wife, friends, a job, a career, that sort of thing. You know, and usually I have those things essentially, but then again, I'm also a lot more unaware of this crap, and every once in a while these people pop up and try to screw around with me. You know, I'm not gonna play along, and I'm not gonna kowtow, and I'm not gonna take things essential, which is uncertain what the fucking payment essentially being issued is. How's that? So, my outlook is, if you people have left me with nowhere to go, you know, and an inability to do anything but play with you pieces of fucking shit, if our government's fallen and caved in, given that I've forwarded all kinds of information to different freaking sections of our freaking government, including information that they would be very interested in. Because you see, I'm a little bit more traveled than the average person would know. And I'm not going to say I don't have problems, because problems essentially are what allowed us to be contained in the first place. Problems are what allowed my father to fucking allow someone to rape me essentially and convince me essentially it didn't happen. But after you start bombarding the human brain with enough cues and enough deja vu in enough places, and then the memory essentially of the explanation essentially surfaces the rest pieces together pretty rapidly. And I'm going to tell you people that every section of the government that I've had interaction and truck with at one particular point in my life, from the intelligence community to the Defense Department, to the Navy, to the Air Force, to the Army, to the FBI, to THS, so on and so forth, has an interest in this, because this shit has expanded to everywhere. So if they're not doing anything, that means our government is corrupt and has fallen. And if that's the case, kindly export me to fucking Italy or fucking the UK or Canada, not Canada, because Canada is fucked by them too, so on and so forth, or I don't know, anywhere it doesn't have snakes and fucking like large fucking lizards that can eat me, essentially, where I'm going to be able to fucking continue the remainder of my life and do something useful for society and for myself and live in a straight line instead of all this fucking bullshit, because I was not raised to be part of this slave culture, where the slaves actually suck fucking dick and say, okay, that's all right, and if you want to be doing better, essentially, then you got to play along with us, essentially, and utilize our little services and not give a good goddamn what happens in the background. It's like, yeah, and what happens in the background, especially up to a certain point, they're rewarded with the ability to engage in recidivism, and I am not interested in that, and that doesn't exactly turn me on, you pieces of fucking garbage. So, I need the fuck out of this, and something needs to provide the capability for that to happen, and do not fucking read into their stupid shit if you're one of them. Right? I'm saying exactly what I fucking mean at this particular point. I hate this shit. It has gone more and more disgusting as time goes by. I have seen more and more shit I wish I could fucking unsee. I've seen death. I've seen fucking goddamn people being mutilated. I have seen people being held fucking prisoner and fucking sold. I have been beaten. I have been kept prisoner against my fucking will. I've had everything, and all kinds of death threats. I've been put through all kinds of fucked up shit. This has to end.